Herr General, we have underestimated the Bolsheviks' powers of resistance. They have crossed the Don and completely encircled Sixth Army. You must drive on Kletskaya and Serafimov to re-establish contact. We will never surrender to the Red Army, but in order for us to hold our position, you must prevail. Good luck.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Panzer General 2. Here we are, back in cold and inhospitable Russia. We're at Ackenheil, well, I guess the last mission of a decisive victory, and stopping the Manhattan Project and leading the Blitzkrieg to an ultimate victory for the Germans. This long, far, forgotten dream. I know it sounds pretty despondent, but right now General Ackenheil has a far bigger task to carry out, which is to protect the Reich, now on the defensive, after my tactical victory at Klin, I believe. Yes, it was Klin where the decisive blow was not made, so that now the German army is in retreat with Soviet Union full on attacking mode to repay the Germans what they had done. And things are not really looking up for the German army right now. And the latest other debacle is none other than at Stalingrad, where the entire 6th Army, the 300,000 strong 6th Army, is now being isolated and cut off from the rest of the Wehrmacht, and is slowly being squeezed within by the encirclement of the Red Army. Now, our task is a really complicated one, and this is the start of the Defending the Reich campaign, if you're not aware, which I had progressed from achieving tactical victory clean and branched off. From the outset, you can actually choose this campaign from the campaign screen, the campaign option. You can choose this to defend the right campaign. You can start anew with a new general and or troops, probably with some experience as well, but I have actually started that mission because I wanted to show you guys the cinematic related to that campaign, and it is particularly interesting that the difficulty seems to take account of the fact that you don't really have a lot of veteran troops, much less the armor that we have right now with the leaders, highly experienced tanks, especially these ones. That's probably why they say that the mission is the hardest of the bunch. But as it stands right now with General Ackenheil, still General, not Field Marshal, he has a pretty good force, and I don't know what happened at Klin, but despite the loss of face at Klin and now being tasked to do the impossible of relieving the 6th Army entrapped, he has gotten a boatload of prestige. Yeah. Basically, defending the Reich campaign, I don't think really starts you with anything, so therein lies another huge difference in our favor to make this campaign not as hard as it seemed to be from the outset. And I got some couple of comments as well that it's not as difficult as I have been led to believe. Yeah, I have like a lot of prestige points to upgrade these tanks and make new purchases, you know, configure and modify and upgrade this army to my favor. I would like to try that right now. As you can see, we don't have a Panther and Tiger yet, but we have this Panzer IVG, which is a pretty good unit. Probably the end of the line for this particular Panzer Mark IV series. G being the equivalent of the T-34, or even a bit better since it has a range of 2. So I think I upgrade most of these tanks 3Hs, which is kinda outmoded right now. I can even see this tank displayed on the main screen for tanks now. Yeah, 9 and 7, so if it was difference of 2 in the ratings, then I would have second thoughts, but now it is a huge amount of difference, and I remember having a bit of trouble in fending off KB1s and T-34s back in Klin, so yeah, I have to rely on 4Gs. Of course, this leader, Kruger, I believe, is an influential leader, so he doesn't have to pay as much to upgrade his tank, which is all good. And yes, it basically cuts down by half. For this one, I think I leave this tank as it is, because while it does have some experience, it's due for at least 1 bar experience, and all the properties and additional traits that come with it. Maybe possibly leader unit as well, but I rather save prestige points since this is not as different. Only thing that is different was increased both the ammo capacity and also the defensive rating against ground troops. And right now I don't think this unit is lacking in anything in terms of its basic ratings, so I'm going to leave it as it is. So 4G it is. Yeah, and this unit is pretty interesting. This is a leader I believe I received at Clean. I think I received it in the waning days in the Clean campaign or Clean mission, and has a first strike. Very useful I heard, because first strike kind of levels this unit with those of enemies and gives it a boost in terms of initiative, so it's going to definitely take advantage of that. Wow, a lot of tanks with leaders. How about this one? Skilled reconnaissance. Wow, so Mahler is another new leader. Okay, so there's some new names and new faces. Although their pictures remain the same, but yeah, so I have spent more than half of my prestige point on upgrading tanks. I hope it was worth it. And as far as artillery is concerned, you can see that we have received 2 additional units. SIG 2 will definitely come in handy with this. I think this is also influential leader. The trait that is the best for artillery is no other than devastating fire, but influence also it's also pretty good, especially when you're still in the upgrade path. This one, yeah, why don't I just upgrade to K18? I'd like to upgrade at least one more to K18. Yeah, with just a truck. Wait a second, I think this artillery will do. In terms of number of artilleries I field right now, I think the number kind of makes up for the loss of quality or the kind of artilleries that Soviets might bring to the battle. Yeah, this regular, I wanted to upgrade it to Pioneer for a long time, so I'm going to upgrade it to Pioneer. As far as the air defense is concerned, I think the Soviet airplanes still are not up to the level of the Luftwaffe, although they have probably increased in quality, no doubt, from Klin. And as far as the planes are concerned, not many U units introduced. Still, we are in the later part of 1944, I believe. So no Panthers, no Tigers, although I believe Tigers was introduced around December of 1944, but I digress. Yeah, you can see that 198 to upgrade it is Hutch King's Ransom. Still the best plane that the Luftwaffe can offer. How about the bombers? Oh, the bombers have a new unit. It's a 190F that's been modified to tactical bombing duty, dive bombing duty. Maybe I'm going to upgrade at least one of them. And also I have to think about the points that would allow me to overstrengthen certain tank units. So yeah, let's upgrade to... I guess I'll just upgrade one of these guys to 198. Alright, the bombers will probably have to be deployed a bit later after I have assessed how strong they are in terms of anti-air and their air force. Alright, so let's overstrengthen some of these units. Definitely leader tanks will be overstrengthened. And I like to overstrengthen certain infantry units, especially with the leaders. And of course I'm going to create one super, well, I cannot say it's super with only 11 strength, but yeah, I guess it will give the Soviets second thoughts about attacking my bombers. Alright. Winter Storm. The actually operation name, Winter Storm, in which von Manstein was tasked with fielding the remnants of the 6th and I think 11th Army, or whatever army was left in the pocket that was, I guess, the launching ground for the attack on Stalingrad, and later, as the Soviets linked up behind the 6th Army, effectively encircling it, became dominated by the Soviet Union. And this reorganized army group, I think it was called Army Group Don, named after the Don River that goes through Stalingrad. I'm sure the river Volga goes through. The other river is Don, so Stalingrad rests between the two rivers. And this army group Don, effectively named so, just for this particular mission, was tasked with linking up with 6th Army and helping it to break out, and von Manstein was tasked with it, even back then, Field Marshal von Manstein. And he, I think, tried his best, of course, but the circumstances surrounding the whole mission was, they were not really up to it. Von Manstein conducted this mission on the grounds that the 6th Army has to make an afforded, concerted effort to break out and link up with them in order to make this work. And that was his sole reason to go into this mission, and maybe he wanted to, after the mission has been launched, convince Hitler that 6th Army has to retreat by breaking out. Of course, he didn't get what he wanted. The high command, or those who were responsible for rendering the ultimate decision, was just pinned on this prestige and this very foolhardy notion of staying on your ground for your honor, or dying on the ground and fighting till the last bullet and last man, all those kind of hokum that effectively rendered 300,000 German troops still who could be rescued and salvaged and relieved, and they just let them to rot in Stalingrad while the Red Army was launching operation after operation to smother them. And von Manstein was not able to even source effective troops from different army groups, because I guess the commanders, or they were in charge of leading them, didn't really care for it that much. Obviously, using the airlift to bring like several hundred tons of supplies per day that was required by the 300,000 6th Army was just a delusion. So I think von Manstein was in a really bad place, and really hard spot to make this mission a success. Ackenheil is right now injecting his entire core troops into it, so maybe it's going to be different this time, but who knows? I mean, the Red Army is definitely ready and able, and they have known this, that the Germans will do something about this encircled army, and they didn't expect the scale of it, but they knew they was coming, so they had like reserves perched on each flank to try to maybe just punch through the Italians and Romanians and von Manstein's group itself. So yeah, it's really complicated. I just read up on, and it didn't really end well for Wehrmacht, but here we want to change it. Change the fortunes of the war, the tide of the war, so that, you know, you staunch the bleeding, so to speak. Winter Storm is kind of, very ironically enough, proposed since a lot of people right now in the United States and Canada are in the midst of a just terrible winter storm that is just unprecedented in decades. The temperature's dropping to -30. I guess that's like -6 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, this is crazy. If you are affected by the cold weather, I hope the weather improves really quickly. Meanwhile, you can just stay at home and with a hot cocoa in your hand, maybe watch my LP to pass the time. Maybe it's not going to make it any better. I don't know if my play is going to help any in terms of relieving the kind of stress related to the feeling of being isolated and being snowed in. Yeah. So yeah, Winter Storm. I hope that Germans will get out of this bad spot as I and von Manstein do their best to relieve them. A lot of snow, so the Air Force will be rendered ineffective probably most of the time. And December 12th, 1942. So it's not 1944, sorry, it's 1942. Alright, so let's deploy my troops, but first of all, let's check the strategic map. So I have Romanians on both flanks. I kind of remember the Italians were also in the mix, but I guess for simplicity's sake, since this game doesn't really involve more than a few factions, I guess they just left it to Romanians to help the Germans in their endeavor, and there are a couple of rivers. There's of course, let's start from here, just called river, alright. This is River Don, okay, the Don River. So Stalingrad is around here, to the east of Don River. And this is also, yeah, Zariza River, doesn't ring a bell. Okay, and this is a lone supply spot, lone objective hex located amidst the Soviet entrenchment and encirclement, so I guess this is definitely one that I need to protect, and maybe if I lose this, I lose the mission. That will be a really hard thing to take. And of course there is another supply and objective hex Serafimov at the far reaches of the map on the opposite side of the Romanians here. So yeah, so it's going to be take some time for me to travel all the way through the snow, and yeah, there'll be a lot of emplacement probably because there's open field of anti-tanks and artilleries. Of course, Soviet renowned for their artilleries as far as this game is concerned, and not to mention T-34s and KV-1s. Yeah, so it's going to be a huge undertaking, no question. Alright, so let's go back to our hex. So I guess this is our main deployment area. So okay, I think I have spotted another supply point here. Oh wow. Okay, so only 4 with the city spot here. So okay, what can I do here? Alright, so there's forest. So in the forest we'll go infantry. There's 1 pioneer and 1 Stostruppen. And to support my troops there will be artillery. Maybe this artillery is going to help. And of course there will be a tank. And I think I deploy an experienced tank, although I'm kind of averse to risking my leader tank. Yeah, so I just try to provide them with 1 tank to protect these guys and support this artillery, which is going to come under a pretty bad spot if Soviets would move from this place to north. So that's that. It's kind of funny that we deploy right in the middle. I don't know how they were able to deploy it in the first place. Go through the entire, penetrate this defensive natural barrier and then just go through and infiltrate the Soviet positions and just arrive there of all the towns. Okay, commit 3 tanks in the north, 3 tanks in the middle, and the Romanians will be supported by 2 tanks. So where has the tank gone? Okay, so this is one of the new leader tanks. Okay. The artilleries will be distributed around the same way. 2 artilleries here. Wait a second, I think I need to position my artilleries, at least the self-propelled one with the northern group, because northern group is going to travel all the way to the last objective here at the same time. So yeah, and the Romanians will definitely help along with the, I guess there are extra troops that was provided with me. Yeah, you can see that the first arms are here, the paratroopers. And okay, the planes can definitely serve as a recon unit, anti-air just in case. Yeah, wow, okay, so there are some Romanians here as well. Probably they're the first contact expeditionary guys. It's going to meet my force up here. And excuse me, but I need to check this one more time. I hope you don't mind. So I have bulk of my troops laid down, and one of them is going to definitely travel up here toward north and vie for Serafimov as soon as possible. It's going to take some time. One is going to maybe just cross the river and just go straight to Kletskaya. And the Romanians and the rest of the Germans will try to move up from the south and swing to this same place. Yeah, okay. So that is my plan. Alright, so some space left here. We fill it with infantry. And of course the recons will spot ahead for us. Is there any kind of isolated axis where I can put my lone recon around? This is certainly the recon master. I think it has a... Yeah, I'm going to check this guy's traits very soon, but this guy has some very good recon properties, so I want to make use of this guy as soon as possible and as effectively as possible. Okay, so the 1 extra artillery is going to go up. No, I'm going to stay here. Okay. Is this anti-tank or flak? I think this is flak. And more artilleries. Wow, okay. More artilleries than you can shake a stick at. And the rest of it is all planes. I'm going to just get these guys in, the best of the bunch first, and see what happens. Okay, so do I see any Soviets? Yes, I do. I see a spot, a guard. Wow, the guards are really impressive. They're like pioneers. So snow kind of limits our visibility, so okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess the Romanians will make way for the Germans to travel north. This PSW is just a normal one. Okay, so this is not the special one. Entrenchment of only one. Okay. This guy has not much in terms of range. Wow, okay, I could have almost been surprised. That's kind of lucky. Kind of expecting Soviets to bump into our troops as well. The Romanians are not that powerful. Oh wow, okay, so you spotted their artillery. Alright, so... so this guy will be in danger, and this is the Soviet heavy artillery. Yeah, you can see tremendous K-18. The power of K-18 is showcased here. And let's see what is up. Okay, alright. The snow renders our... So I think one of them... I don't want to break up this force, but the fact that the Soviets are too close here gives me a pause. Okay. Oh wow, okay, so this works pretty well for me. This is a breaching guy. Alright, so let's see what happens if I try to bring our armor for the 4. I don't see any of the Soviet defense here. There might be some artillery hiding by, so I'm going to move my infantry rather conservatively. And of course I'm going to... Okay, so this is only... It has only range of 4. It's pretty good range though, but I need to move it up. Yeah, this is going to be not as important, so... This is... an anti-tank. Wow, okay, it's a surprise. Anti-tank is going to maybe help. And it's a truck. It's being transported by a truck, not the horse carriages. So that's crewment. Alright, so no presence of Soviet. But here. Oh, okay, so you can see, wow, this recon is in danger. And this is a leader tank to boot. Lysenko. So, resilience. So it is a resilient tank, but has only 5 strength. Alright. Definitely have to attack here. Because of snowy conditions, maybe that's why I was not able to retract this PSW. It's going to help me at least try to cover PSW if it gets into any kind of predicament with this tank. So it's still snow, right? Yeah. So I can move this unit. Alright, so in the south. Let's check. Yeah, definitely. So this guy's task is to move up here. Yeah, okay, understood. Let's stay at the same place. Oh, cavalry. Interesting. So the Soviets were most concentrated here. Probably they didn't expect the Germans to actually go through this river. Unnamed river. Gonna name it after Ackenheil if he succeeds with brilliant victory or something. Alright, just have to hope that these guys are... Just have to hope that my strategy is sound. Wow! Look at this. First blood drawn. The tanks have definitely shown its strength, but not against these guys. Alright, let's see if there's any other target here. Nope. This, yeah, alright. Yeah, just have to see whether the Soviets is going to come from the north, but I don't believe that they have any units there. I can bring in extra planes in order to serve as a reconnaissance force, and you, just the fighters, and see what happens. Okay, so let's travel around here and see. No, I don't see anybody. I don't want to get too close to the towns because I might come into their anti-air fire, which is effective all-weather weapons. Although it looks like I'm kind of throwing the Romanians into the fire, I like to think that, you know, they're kind of softening up their opposition in order for my tanks to cause the greatest amount of damage, which is actually good for the Romanians as well. Looks like they have arrived here just now, at the same time. Such like a hastily prepared defense here. You can see that, wow, we could have had a second destruction, but that was not enough. Okay. Alright. So it's been entrenched once more. Okay. The cavalries can thankfully travel over snow very effectively. Okay. Nice, overrun. And let's see if... oh wow, okay. I sort of suspected that they would be there. Pretty effective unit. I'm not going to waste it. I'm kind of worried whether these guys can travel. Okay, so how much? Yeah, they can definitely travel far. 5, yeah. Wow, okay. Well, how about I station the guys here? Maybe it's going to work. Maybe there'll be extra Soviet units here, but I have to risk it. These guys definitely can help, but right now I guess the foremost mission for them is to protect this dear life, so they'll probably have to wait until more progress is made from the west. So these guys are all done, so this guy is able to support yeah, both sides, both the Romanians and also my armor and PSW, so I leave it there. This guy can afford to move a bit farther. Yeah. They have 3, okay, so they can afford to move a bit farther, I think. I don't think they'll be able to cross the river in one turn, so... still being carried by horses, oh my goodness. Yeah, alright. No, this, yeah, this is safer. Okay, but this guy, yeah, just... try to support the Romanians here. Alright, yeah, the artillery should follow the rest of the army. This guy can make sort of, yeah, they can, wow, this guy can actually, okay, let's see if I can make it much easier. Ah, yeah. Definitely, yeah, don't go there. There are artilleries. Okay, so there are some artilleries around with a huge amount of oh my goodness, all these units are in range. Yeah, so this guy will probably have to move up. Okay, so smaller artillery. Yeah, the Soviets have upper hand. I really wish the weather would clear up so our bombers can do some work. Yeah, alright. Soviet artilleryman. Okay, so who else? Okay, so the turn is over. Let's see what kind of punishment that the Soviet Union is going to... Yeah, 3. Not good. Wow. That's not good. But thankfully they were able to survive T-34. Okay, so most units are coming from the west side. My artillery is spared somewhat. Soviets are pretty hardy, look at that. The Romanians are also proving their mettle. Surprised, good, good. 3 and 4, wow. Yeah. Definitely. They're bringing their heavy tanks. Overcast, so my planes can work its magic. Hopefully. I don't know how much of planes the Soviets might wield, but definitely have to use it while I've got them. A desperate situation right here. Can I overrun? Yes. So the leader tank is gone, but don't have any other... Oh, okay, I do have a... yeah, my artillery is going to help with this guy. Alright, so my artillery will work. Let's get some points. Okay. But this guy will have to replace. Yeah. My planes are doing some of the recon work, so it's okay. Okay, so I'd be amiss not to use them. Should I actually risk going a bit farther? Can one of the Romanians take... No. Alright, so let's just capture this point. Let's not try to go too far. I just lower the entrenchment here. Alright. 6 and 4. Oh wow, cool. Nice. Very good. Very good. Let's see. No Soviets in sight. Okay. Yeah, the artillery is not really that effective against the tanks. You can definitely see when 3 artilleries opened fire on the advancing T-34s and it wasn't damaged at all. Alright, so K-18s from here. Alright, so this is a battle of will right now. And how much attrition that both sides can take. Yeah. Not going to be enough. Alright, so these guys will try to come down, maybe. Oh, looks like I kind of diverged from my original plans. Well, let's make it this. I wanted my armor group to actually go around here, but it seems that I was kind of carried away by the Soviet presence and stepped out of my bounds. It's kind of conflicting with the operational space of this group. Definitely make a sort of swing north after crossing the river. I don't know how much of a turn that is going to eat up, but the Romanians' job here then is going to just hold out and try to provide protection from the flank and maybe attract more Soviet units or troops or even planes. Okay, I have moved all my units there. The Romanians probably will have to stand strong here. And I'm going to just maybe come back here and try to provide some kind of a buffer. Yeah, I think there'll be another artillery here, but I'm not so sure. Oh, okay, so there is definitely an element of yeah, I'd like to check it with my planes if it's okay. let's check whether they have artillery here. They don't. Okay. So I can maybe move my guys here. No, probably here. Yeah, this will be better. Alright, so the south. So the Soviets were able to penetrate Chir River. That is going to be the focus of the Romanians right now. Okay. So I don't see any Soviets here in the clear space, so... Okay, so I want at least some of these guys to provide some help. Four, okay. Oh wow. So we are bypassing the Soviet presence here. I wonder whether it's going to be any good. In a way, it could be useful, but you know, you never can expect what the Soviets will attempt. But yeah, we're just going to use the path of least resistance. See if we can make any headway. Yeah, you can definitely see. Wow. This guy has elite recon trait, but also skill reconnaissance. So this guy can actually look, I believe, 3 more axes. The spotting range is around 7, so you can see like miles and miles ahead of it, which is pretty cool. And this guy will maybe help here. Yeah, I don't really see any movement right now. It's overcast, so you can sort of see what's happening. Alright, so the bombers. The bombers will... the bombers. Okay, so what can the bombers do? Barely. Bombers can also help in the south. Maybe get this artillery. But there will be Soviet planes definitely lying wait. So I have to support it. Like here, maybe? There will be more planes coming. Yeah, they have 2 more bombers. They can source from some substantial amount of bomber force. Okay. I hope I'm not just throwing you away. And 1. I did hear from somewhere that if you in overcast weather, your effectiveness, at least for the ground troops, are not cut in half, but reduced by a certain percentage. I wonder whether that was 20 or 30%. Okay, so they're still protecting here. Okay, they're increasing their entrenchment somewhat. Okay, so this is a trouble as well. Wow. Yeah. Recipe for disaster. 3 and 5. I have to risk it. Even fight. Okay. Take the point. Overrun. This guy will... well... I don't know what this guy should do. Maybe... yeah. Okay, good. And this guy will... yeah, definitely come here. Alright, for this... now, what can I do here? T-34, 43. Switch upgraded version of the T-34. Bit of suppression, but not enough. I really do not want to go into open field. This is actually forest, so kinda got... Oh, okay. Ah, alright. 5-1. Yeah, I can reach it anyways, and this is going to be... Alright, okay. I bring my bombers there next time. I'm gonna risk it. Okay, let's see. This guy can probably stay here and then kind of protect the flank or protect the supply point. Yeah, I know that there is artillery, so I'm not going to move too rash. This anti-tank will follow. There's no tank here, so I'll probably come up here. And is there any planes I can use for scouting? I can bring in another recon. For these guys, plan was actually go east toward this river and capture Kletskaya and link up with the forces from south. I wonder what this actually entails, but yeah, this is kind of auxiliary objective. Okay. So let's do that. I'm kind of worried that there will be a surprise lying wait, so... Is there any planes? Okay, I can use this plane as a scout. No, I don't see anybody. Okay, so I can travel to the limit of this range. Make a pretty good head start. Okay, so the artillery will have to stay rather close, especially when they're in transit, near the anti-air. I wonder if there are any bombers nearby, but that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, finally this tank can join us. Okay, so I think my tank will provide a bit of flank protection from here. That's that. These guys will have to wait. And I shoot at them. These guys will wait until the artilleries are ready. I think the Soviet is going to bring out their bombers and attack them. Pretty sticky situation. Where's my other anti-air defense? Here's one. And here's the other. Okay, so these guys will come under aircraft fire probably. I hope the Soviet planes do not cause them much damage, as much as Americans did. Very bad. You guys probably have to move. Can you move? Yeah. No, you guys stay. Dismount. I don't think the Soviets will be able to... No, I don't think so. Alright, so on the turn, 12 turns left. Yeah, keep shooting. Yeah, Soviet planes are now... Okay, 2 planes now. Wow. Okay, not much happening. They're displacing. Yeah, they're going south, of course. They have noticed our troop movement and is doing all they can to close this pocket that has been breached. My bombers will have to put a stop to that if possible. And the Soviets, I think they only have... For a moment I thought that it was the old plane. Oh, okay, so I think they're still using old ones. This is actually a newer generation. Yak 9, but my fighter will have to come and rescue these Romanians. Okay, but first, let's try to use our ground troops in the north. Wow, they're not really effective. So these guys cross the river, run into our trap. Can you finish them off? Yes. No, you can't. That is unfortunate. Okay, so you probably have to make an appearance of crossing the river, make them honest, so to speak, and try to protect our flank as we travel north. Alright, so what can I do with this plane? 3 and 4. Okay. We have to deal with these guys. 1 and 6, alright. 0 and 5. Nice. Good. Wow. Not expected. One and 1. Okay. Pretty good result so far. Okay, I can probably overrun this guy. Is it already out running on the field? No. Alright. I don't want to really go into forest. Yeah. The Romanians are now free to roam. Okay, good. And can this guy travel all the way up? No, it is not possible. I think the 2 focal bolts can do much damage. Okay. Let's just have a peek, shall we? There's a, yeah, very moving Soviet troop. Alright, let's see if I can. This is actually anti-tank weapon. This is anti-personal weapon. Can you fly? Yes. Alright, so this anti-tank weapon is a range that does not reach here, but can make an attempt to move in that direction, along with the rest of the bombers. I can probably help the guys here instead. Okay. Oh wow, it's really complicated. A lot of units around, making a lot of different movement. 5 and 4. Alright. Protect the guys there. Never run. Alright. I don't see a lot of Soviet presence anymore in the south. Keep plugging away. Okay. Yeah, this is the way to do it. Any more Soviet troops coming? Only from the north. This guy will have to come back here. Huge range. Flying range only 2. Is it possible to travel a bit far and try to link up with the Romanians? Well, this guy can probably attempt to do it. Yeah, the bombers will be just plugging away with the infantry there, so they'll be not out of action, but it's not going to help me to the south. Here. Alright, so my gamble kind of paid off. It's kind of dangerous, but it worked. So that's that. The Romanians are advancing. It's good to see. I like that the sound of horses' hooves on what seems to be not on snow, but on some kind of a cobblestone. Only thing missing is a sprite. They would have kind of given at least the illusion of them riding a horse. Or it's kind of nitpicky right now. I don't know whether I'm doing well or not. I think I'm doing pretty well. It's not too bad. Nice. The artillery is gone. Maybe take a peek here. Wow, nobody's home. Okay. I just keep trying to damage this guy then. And protect this guy. Alright, so the recon's work is cut out for it. It has a lot of open spaces. This Kletskaya river. Yeah, why don't we just invite them to come? Yeah, let's just let them come and then see if we can bombard them with the artilleries. Alright. Yeah, this is a pretty sticky situation. The bombers are almost there, but not enough. And now he's able to make a play for his artillery because they can probably travel down, yeah, in order to attack the artillery here. So kind of enclose them. It only had one range, so I can definitely shoot at it. And this is now, yeah, hopefully it's going to be supported by this artillery. I still have some shots left, so good. Okay. Alright, so this guy still has a movement left. Wow. Oh man. Very involved. Okay, so our job is to... Is there a free plane? Yes, there's a free plane to scout ahead. It's a pretty big area and there's an airfield, so I need to be careful to see whether there's anti-air around. Apparently not. Yeah, I don't see anybody. Wow. Okay. Artillery is the most important thing for this guy to protect. Pioneers, okay, so all pioneers. Maybe here? Anything left here? Okay, so these guys are left. I think these guys are moving south, so I just travel here north. At least one of them should stay close, yeah. Okay, so I shot. This guy can... Yeah, they can move, right? Maybe I'm rushing things a bit, but I like to move this artillery. And let's see if I can spot something ahead. No, just stay here then. Alright, so another turn. So third turn has come and gone. Alright, so 1 damage. Wow, a lot of damage. Okay. Wow, there's some pitched battle. A lot of Russians are rushing. They're using the same kind of tactics they use in Novgorod against me, which is not good. Not good. Just keep attacking them. Okay, so not enough. Yeah. We gotta do something. What? You're out of ammo already. No, you have an ammo, but probably snowing. Yeah. Oh boy. Just don't do anything, just protect and try to hold that position. This is 100 mil with only 3. Okay. No, that's not enough. Well, okay, doesn't matter. I have already moved. Wow. Alright. 2 destroyed. Five and 2. Okay, so it's going to run out of ammo soon. This guy's... Where is he headed to? Oh, okay, same place. Maybe this guy should kind of turn north. I have my work cut out for me. Okay, first tech. Snow. Okay, of course, I have to keep reminding myself. Yeah, Romanians, why don't you tech these guys? You guys can travel very far. Very effective in a way to create an instant general control buffer. And these guys are regular, so you guys are going to help. And all the important units will try to relieve the force. Can I travel here? Wow, it was really dangerous, really dangerous. Oh boy, there might be more units yet. Nope. They're grizzled veterans. Very interesting. I don't think Soviets will attempt any kind of southern action, so I just try to move my unit to reflect that change of strategy. Okay, here. My guys will... Well, okay. Yeah, I see. The decision has to be made. It's open. What are the Soviets thinking? Okay, we're capturing points. Very fast progress now. Under the guise of snow, hopefully some of the Russians will get caught in a surprise. Okay. Right, so these guys are swinging north. And it's kind of rough terrain, so... Yeah, I can attack even air units when it's snowing. Out of range. Not bad. Not going to wage a losing fight. Maybe this guy can help my tank to overrun it. Perhaps. Yep. Can shoot twice. Okay, can you finish it off? Wow, okay. Yeah, running away still. Okay, that's the end of the Soviet infantry there. The PSW will help me get the gauge of the situation. Oh wow, we're progressing very fast. Except in the north. Yeah, okay, so next turn I'm going to take care of this artillery and hopefully this tank and see what's up over here. And the northern force will do the same. Well, not, arrive at here, but definitely have to take care of this artillery and open up the way for the northern group to make its own progress. And of course there's a concern, definite concern here. Yeah, this might come back to bite me, because if I lose this point, probably it's going to be game over. Okay, crossing the river. always a momentous occasion. That's my guys, right? Yeah, Romanians. Yeah. No, I think... yeah, just protect all the troops as much as possible. And this PSW is doing nothing. Well, you can probably check what is happening up here. Don't see a lot ahead. But this guy also can, okay, it's a sort of advanced scout. I hope it doesn't get clipped by a Soviet fighter. I can go as far as here, see what happens. Oh, it's open. Okay, so Soviets are not really defending well. Maybe because this is the first mission of the defending the Reich, that's probably why. And they probably designed this particular mission, you know, just for units that are starting out, not with the kind of force I have with like 5 bombers and, you know, 9 veteran tanks and whatnot. If I had started with this with just infantry and like PSW and 1 plane, like in a normal way from the campaign screen, then I'll have a lot more trouble right now. And probably in one of my long rants about how it's not fair and how they purchase everything and replenish everything. Right, so it has been around 1 hour. Okay. Just stay there. Okay, now I know what to do with this plane. Now, there's some ample defense still, but I'm kind of worried. I'll decide in the next turn what to do. This tank is not going... I think it's going to reinforce. So yeah, just probably stay beside the fighter for protection. Out of range. Okay. Yes, this guy should come back. Yeah. Well, maybe entrap this plane so it cannot go south. Next time it's going to meet the tanks, probably. You guys can actually move up, I do that. And I think this guy can go down and try to support the guys in the south, in the danger of being overrun by the Soviet infantry mob. This guy can move up a bit. This guy also create a pocket of artillery barrage. Go into forest. This is forest now. Alright, another turn. Yeah. Wow, switch moving. Bear weather. Wow, okay, so destroy this. And still not enough range. Okay, that is a problem. Such fair weather, so this guy can probably look. Yeah, all the artillery is going to go north. Fortunately, this is rough terrain, so goodness, let's stop here. And the Romanians will kindly provide assistance. Yeah, there's no doubt. Oh boy. Okay, so some of them have disappeared already. I can maybe take an aim at this one. And try to see where the tank had gone. Okay, so the tank had gone there. Good weather, destroy this guy. And finally, Alright, 1 and 4, so I want to just shoot at it from afar. Let's take some advantage and try to usher in more tanks here. If I move, maybe you'll be able to... No, it's not. Okay. Shoot and move. Alright, good. Maybe I need another bomber. Wow. Now you guys need some bomber help. Nice. Okay. You shall not pass. A very long travel. Alright. Let's barrage them. Wow, it really works well. So one guy can finish this guy's off? No? Can't. So if my bomber has to say anything about it, he will be able to do it. Nope. Good. Okay, so apply some pressure. Apply some pressure. No, you just stay there. I don't want you to ever leave that place. This guy can go back and protect this long town, I think. And provide a bit of flank in the south. Yeah. I think it's mostly empty now. Can I actually cross this? Because it'd be nice since my artillery can probably catch up with me if I do that. Why I try to cross it. Maybe I should just take the direct pathway. But also I'm kind of worried about the presence of a possible anti-air or anti-tank. Yeah, you can see that it's irregular. Maybe going back to reinforce the open space. Can maybe try to track them. Wow. 7 and 10. Very deliberate way of advancing. I know that this method of doing things, moving your unit, is not going to pass muster in certain situations. Okay, so I see to be a unit. This guy still has some ammo left. Okay, good. Getting a lot of experience, but at the same time, I have many leaders already. You guys will try to check where the Soviet plane had gone, but just can't track it right now. I'm kind of lost. All this great Romanian artillery and cannot use it. It is a shame. Slowly letting down their strength. They have 2 airfields, so I can use this airfield now. I like to leave at least one group at this place, Vinovskie. I hope I pronounced it right, or at least made a good attempt. Alright, yeah, stay there, provide some support. Okay, come. I'm sure that the fighter is going to attack one of these horse-driven carriages. Or the planes. Yeah, this one. I think this guy should go south. And yeah, stay. Alright, so the war is surprisingly going really well. Okay, yeah, you can definitely see. Wow, attacking an infantry guy. Very effectively so. Alright, it's gone down there. Wow, okay. Surprising that the fighter didn't try to attack the bomber. Alright, I saw a tank rolling around. I don't know where it was. Okay, so this guy can now shoot, right? Yeah, finally. Finally. Wow. Not very powerful at all. Okay, go back, move up. Alright, finish it off. Nice. Good job. And cool. You deserve a medal, sir. Are we out of ammo? Almost. Now you go and follow this bomber and resupplying and pushing for the last bit of... This is a new tank. It is a KB or T-34. I believe they have a T-34 right here, around here as well. Wish I had well, I don't want to use Romanians for this kind of task, but I want to see where it had gone. Okay, so it has gone here. Maybe I can attack it with my... Yeah, well, it's not going to be that effective, but it's going to at least suppress somewhat. I'm going to, yeah, I'll take it directly now. Alright, hopefully it's going to be destroying the forest. Okay, good. So, only... Yeah, I need to make a good progress now toward this final northeastern objective as fast as possible. Keep a pace with the rest of my group. Let's see here. There's still some Soviets around. Nope, there isn't any. They're kind of running. I don't know where, but maybe here. It's too bad it's captured. And now you have to face these Romanians coming up. Okay, so there's a fighter, sole remaining fighter now. I'm going to take care of it with my... Oh, just out of reach, okay. Is there any guys closer? Well, I guess I need to protect my bomber now, okay. But this guy can move up. So I like to see, and okay, so not much going on. Let's see if I can destroy this tank just using our superior range gun. And two. This will be the coup de grace, and this guy will... Yeah, this guy will be the coup de grace. Yeah. Very good. You can also shoot at this guy. Yeah, the range of the gun is definitely our huge advantage. Yeah, definitely. And this guy also provides us with bridge. So next time we'll be able to cross it and surround this Kletskaya. Yeah, this is just... I didn't plan this at all. I was just lucky that I was able to supply infiltration tactics tank with this group. And it comes in really handy. I need to recognize that a lot more. Maybe I'm playing with fire. Going to protect these guys. Maybe... Yeah. I don't see any anti-air. I'll just go ahead and... Oh wow, there's another tank. Good thing that he was able to see. Wow. That could have been pretty ugly. Alright, so the guys in the north, they're finally free to move. And these guys are going to go down south to track that enemy fighter. Okay, let's leave you for a moment and move this artillery first. Alright, captured, and I go. As far as these wheels could carry me. Yeah, the fuel situation next turn. But these guys, okay. Yeah, definitely the tank is outpacing our trucks and they have to refuel next turn. Oh boy. That could be a bit of a problem. Okay, so I make a buy for Tarkovsky from the south. With this Romanian tank that has served us really well, very admirably. Okay, I think I'm being a bit careless here. Protect our troop from any possible incursions. Let's see what is happening in the south. I don't really see anything. Okay. Alright, so here... let's see if I can reach that enemy fighter, please. Please, no, I can't. That is unfortunate. Fighters scrambling to protect the bombers, hopefully get caught up with one of these units, but I don't know. I'm not really holding my breath. It's a pretty nimble fighter. No, don't do that. You just stay there and dismount. But you can move. Yeah, hopefully this guy will get distracted by the artillery here. It's a pretty high value target after all. I'm going to lose out. Alright, so I guess I let them come to me and mob them. What can you do with this guy? Yeah. Stay here. Since I know the whereabouts of the Soviet plane. Alright. 8 turns left. Yeah. Clearly distracted or attracted by the... Oh, wow. That is impressive. Impressive. Now I know what to attack. This bridge. Maybe because it was in the breaching form, it was vulnerable. I don't know. Maybe not. Where's G? I had a free reign of the skies now. I'm really surprised. I thought that it's going to be a lot harder. But no, not really. Oh, okay, so I know what their game is here. Trying to block the way across the bridge here. Now it's open and my pioneers can... Rather, it's not that entrenched. Yeah, okay, so my bombers can also work toward this goal. Wow. Yeah, my infantry can take this place. This is the pioneer. Good, okay. Guys all across. And this eastern group can help the guys in the north. I don't know how well defended it is. In the north I definitely have to check. Yeah. Really long track along the frozen road. Okay, so this anti-tank unit very inactive due to the fact that there was not a lot of tank action near this guy who was defending the supply point. Alright, maybe I can finally see what's up on ahead. Nope, just blasted earth, frozen earth. Yeah, to resupply after this turn. Definitely take a peek though. Relatively safe distance, yeah. Only infantry. Wow. First mission of the campaign. Definitely feels like it. Does not really reflect the realities of what was going on in 1942 in this blasted pocket. Alright, you guys have to gain some experience. Not bad. And is there another fighter that I can bring? Looks like I do not. This guy can probably try to go after the last remaining objective in the south. Okay, alright. Finally, able to catch up. Maybe it wasn't a good idea. Alright, so you guys have to protect these guys. I don't really feel safe just leaving these guys open. Alright. I'm sure the Soviets will bring later on much heavier resistance and more advanced forces. Alright, destroyed. Okay, so Soviets are trying to cross the river, the guards. I'll be ready for him. I can attack him right now. I don't know what the purpose this particular battle serves, but I just let them come to me. Not really concern myself. Oh wow. Yeah, they're getting experience and maybe a leader perhaps, but the percentage of that happening is quite low. Maybe you can pressure this guy. Cavalries can definitely move fast. More than the horse-driven carriages, in fact. These guys still have to cross, so I just leave it here. Yeah, I don't really care about moving this anti-air across the river. Alright. Wow. Okay, so that was a bad move to try to follow them. I didn't check whether it was snowing or not. No, it's not snowing. It's going to spell the end for... Okay, they're holding pretty fast. Surprised. Okay, can definitely use this tank. Maybe this R3? Is it? No, it's not. Yeah, it's not K18. Even with K18, I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to reach it. Yeah, the fuel. These guys are out of fuel, okay. You know, supply them just in case something bad happens and they have to move or position themselves quickly. Okay. Wow. So across the river, these guys offer some resistance, but I mean, in direct contact, they're very vulnerable. Good. Wow. The Romanians can capture it. Yeah, I just give them the point. I don't know whether I actually get credited for the capture. I'm not so sure, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. I guess it's only extra 40 prestige point, although I did have a couple of instances where that extra 40 did come in very handy, in fact. Okay, so these guys can all move, a big advantage. Let's just fill up. Oh, get resupply except for this dude. Still can travel miles and miles, okay. Can I actually make it there? No, I can't. No, I actually can. Oh. Oh well, okay. At least I can soften them up with the bombers. I don't really see anything in the north. You know, in terms of anti-air, that is. Serafimov, okay. I feel that this guy should take charge. Yeah, definitely revealed a lot more. The artillery, yeah. The bombers will definitely have to go north. Is anyone available? There's one here. Be available next turn. Okay. Also pleasantly surprised by the relative weakness of the Soviet Air Force. So they're trying to ease us into gradual difficulty. Yeah, okay. I know where they are. Yeah, I guess I risk it. Just go back and... Yeah, you can see that have been pretty bad. Really bad. Yeah, you stay there. Is there any bombers or... I mean, I have so many bombers now that I can just throw my bombers into any kind of problem. Yeah, the Romanians will be just sweeping the area for any extra Soviet hanging around, and these guys are definitely hanging around and maybe trying to vie for this point, which I'm not going to even think about giving it up. Yeah, the bomber is just going to concentrate attacking this guy. And my fighters will try to go up north and deal with the Soviet unit that I just discovered. Wow, look at all these horses to race. This guy. Yeah. Okay. So I have refueled and everything. Okay. Yeah. Wow. There's some impressive firepower. Damn. That is impressive. I'll leave you right, well, I guess here. And just... Oh wow, okay. Dang. Stranded. Goodness gracious. Alright, so the tank can definitely take an aim, but I thought 88 mil was a lot more dangerous and feared than what the results have shown so far. 0-0, not even a suppression. 3. Okay, cool. The cavalries are... oh, I guess they're not cavalries, but... oh wow. Maybe the recon can take care of this guy? Yep. Good. And yeah, I just leave my artilleries here. Okay. Yeah, let's just march toward the conclusion of this mission. Very sure that I'm going to achieve a brilliant victory. Okay. Yeah, so leave this token force here. Okay, so let's go, let's go. Chop chop. I guess also one of the points to take away from this mission is that the Russians were kind of taken aback or by surprise by the sudden appearance of this armored column and trying to relieve the forces in Stalingrad. Of course, we cannot see the city of Stalingrad since it's a rather large city and a blasted ruin by now. And it is further to the east of what this confines of the map shows us. Rather, or on the side of caution. Okay. I guess if I achieve a brilliant victory here, it means that I was able to create a good corridor through which the 6th Army can escape. I guess, yeah, that would give the German army in the east a lot of boost in terms of maybe morale, but also manpower that could be resupplied and replenished. And not only that, it's going to tie up the Soviet forces, the Red Army, as they try to kind of recoup the losses that has been incurred here. Oh, yeah, just good. Okay, the final Soviet presence has been thwarted. Okay, yep. Okay, should I just... yeah, just leave these guys, yes. Yeah, okay, just leave these guys. It was pretty funny while it lasted. Now why not? Just over them all. Horse-driven carriage. I don't know whether a horse was any effective in the snow, but definitely more effective than walking. Guys out of fuel. Okay, no matter. No matter. Just want to be very thorough in case something happens. Maybe the Soviets will get extra reinforcement as the Red Army kind of replenishes its forces and distributes needed resources for last-ditch attempt at defense here, but I don't know. I'm just talking so that you guys are not going to be bored while I go through the usual motions right now. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. What happens if the Soviet tank rolls in here and then tries to attack my artillery? Okay, alright. Wow, it's crazy. What is it? Oh, you cannot shoot over the town. I can win this mission right away. I still have 3 turns left. Wow. What I'm going to do is maybe speed up the rest of the mission. I think that I try to persist until the last turn for brilliant victory. Yeah, everything's being covered. Oh, actually this is a German unit. I thought it was a Romanian tank. Okay, so they purchased the guard. Alright. Oh, it's snowing, probably. There's 3 turns left, okay. I think everything has been covered, so they have no space to deploy their troops. Snowing, okay. Hey. Access brilliant victory. Wow. So you gain a brilliant victory if you eliminate all the units on the screen or in the game. So that's how it works too. Wow, okay, so I have achieved a victory condition that I didn't know that existed. It's a complete brilliant victory. So all the other brilliant victories, there were some enemy units and, you know, some stragglers about, but yeah, this is as a complete victory as it can get. Alright, good.
Congratulations, Herr General. Your troops have successfully cleared a corridor to our comrades in 6th Army. We will be able to continue to send reinforcements and supplies to our brave men. Bravo.
Alright, bravo. Maybe definitely easier than I expected. And I do remember, as I mentioned, that, you know, some comments left on my videos that after, you know, a couple of missions that I went through at the end of Blizzard campaign, this mission would prove to be surprisingly easier than those two, so I just temper my expectations from now on. But a good victory is a good victory, and I'm pretty happy that I was able to get this kind of success without losing a single troop, although I think, did I actually lose a Romanian unit? I don't know, I don't think I lost any unit. So that is pretty good by all means. Yeah, okay.
Herr General, as you know, the Kursk salient poses a serious threat to us. To reduce this salient and restore the integrity of our line, we will attack from the north and south, pocket, then crush the enemy trapped inside. You and your command will lead the northern thrust of our offensive. You must penetrate as far as the town of Prokhorovka. Good luck.
Prokhorovka. Oh, strangely enough, that Prokhorovka is a part of the big battle at Kursk. I think it was just a part of it, but nonetheless a very important part where a lot of armor was involved, a lot of Panzers. And it's pretty funny, there was actually a typo here, but the narrator just read it through as if, you know, he didn't notice it. And whereas in Stalingrad, the OKW guy, the high command guy, so to speak, the superior, was kind of breathless. He was just describing the mission as if, you know, the situation is really green, but now he feels a bit smug or something. Now he expects me to perform beyond expectations. A mention of me being Fire Marshal would suffice. Alright, well, I mean, still general, and I don't think I received the prototype unit though. Let's see if I got it. Oh, I didn't get the prototype unit, which is a shame, but I do get a Tiger, which is pretty cool. And I was wrong, G was not the end of the Mark IV line, it was H. I think it was upgrade of attack ratings, and also I think it has better initiative and defense. If I knew that the level of force at, what was it, level of force at Winter Storm was the way it was, I would not have upgraded my Panzers, at least not all of them. to Panzer IIIHs because I expected much more stiff resistance or, you know, much more stronger force, but now I'm kind of stuck with it and I don't know how much prestige point I got. I just left it as a surprise for the next mission. But yeah, 4H is the, I guess, the end of the line, but I might prove myself wrong again as more editions and prototypes get released. I guess this is a point where, in terms of timeline, this is similar to when I did Operation. This is around the same time as in my Ballistic campaign I invaded England. So I got the similar type of units provided to me, but yeah, they're pretty similar. IC-190G, which is the bomber. I get Elephant and Hummel and Vesp. Oh, I got Panther D. Now this is interesting. Alright, so I guess I'll leave this LP series at this screen. It's too bad I was not able to get prototype unit. It would have been wonderful if I got ME-262 or something like that, or even a Comet, given how relatively weak the Soviet Air Force is. But I'm definitely on the heels of a pretty great success near Stalingrad. I hope that I'll be able to continue the success and try to defend the Reich, as surprisingly, ironically, that even though all the achieved victories and even brilliant victories, the general course of war is going to be that we are going to be on the defensive end of things and they're going to sort of find ourselves more and more bad situation, and perhaps we're going to find ourselves even in Germany. Alright, thank you for watching as always, and I hope you can join me next time as well. And until then, please stay tuned.